I see the effects of the itchy ray beam have worn off. I suppose you've learned your lesson.
Oh, I am getting sleepy. I really do need some rest, Your Highness.
Now stop that drowsiness, Mr. R. Soon, 3 more of your friends are going to be here.
3?
Yes, 3! They'll be here in about 5 minutes or so, if Mugu's astronomical calculations are correct.
Oh, dear. Mung, I'll say it again. You're merciless.
That's what they call me.
Goodness, I am sleepy.
Mr. R! Good gracious, Mr. R, however are you feeling? The Letter People Space Agency has been sending out hourly bulletins on your heroism, Mr. R, and all the new sounds you've been helping to make in the divided catching clue box.
How did Mung get you here?
It was ever so exciting, Mr. R. There we were out walking, and we decided to have lunch. We saw a little restaurant we'd never seen before, and stepped inside.
And it wasn't a restaurant at all. It was a spaceship. And off we went.
There's no end to these tricks of Mung. Wait a moment. She said there were to be 3 of you.
Hello, Mr. R. Good work you're doing out here in space.
Thank you, Ms. E.
Well, Letter People, Empress Mung has filled me in. She wants all of us to make new sounds with Mr. R in the divided catching clue box, one at a time. So we better start thinking about it. She'll be here in a couple of minutes.
New sounds? With all 3 of you?
We must give it our undivided attention, Mr. R.
It's imperative, Mr. R.
She was emphatic, Mr. R.
Oh, but I can't. I can't.
Mr. R, perhaps we can fool Empress Mung. Ms. E, Ms. I, and I will each make a sound with you in the divided clue box. But it will be the same sound. We'll simply spell it differently.
When she sees that her plan to make 3 new sounds with us has failed, perhaps then she will let us all go back to Letter People Land.
Yes, and you won't have to tire yourself further by making 3 new sounds, Mr. R.
A plan. Yes, a plan, and a good one, too. It must work.
With all that racket you're making, you must be working very hard. I shall be most anxious to hear your new sounds. All of them. Who's first?
I shall go first, Your Highness. Presenting the new sound to be made by Mr. R and myself in the divided catching clue box. Mr. R, if you please. The sound we shall make is the catching sound in the word germ. If Mr. G were in the starting clue box and Mr. M in the ending clue box, we would make the word germ. Let's try it.
Germ. Germ.
Do you hear our new sound, Your Highness?
Yes, I hear it. I do hear it. Wonderful, Ms. E.
Thank you, Your Highness. Ms. I, you're next.
The sound we shall make in the divided catching clue box is the sound, as in the word bird. Just imagine, Your Highness, that Mr. B is in the starting clue box and Mr. D in the ending clue box.
Yes, I can imagine that. Perhaps soon they will be.
Then the word we would make is bird. Bird. Bird.
Oh, how wonderful. I hear your sound again.
Our pleasure, Your Highness. Now, Miss You, if you please, it's your turn.
Your Majesty, we'd now like your grace to imagine that Mr. T is in the starting clue box and Mr. N is in the ending clue box. Then you would hear our catching sound in the word turn.
Turn. Turn.
It's your catching sound. It's still another. wonderful word!
Thank you, Your Grace. Thank you ever so much.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? All three of you have taken a turn with Mr. R in the divided catching clue box. You've told me some wonderful words, but you all keep making the same catching sound. The sound, What's going on here?
Why, nothing, Your Grace.
That's just the way it is, Your Highness. Whenever any of the three of us stand beside Mr. R in the divided catching clue box, it's going to be the same sound.
I think it's rather interesting.
But I wanted new sounds. A whole festival of sounds.
But the sound we've been making is quite nice. And once a new sound is made in the divided catching glue box, it can't be changed.
But I wanted new catching sounds. Lots of them. A whole symphony of them. Why do you think I brought three of you here at the same time? Mugu! Oh, you screamed, Your Majesty! Mugu, I think I've become too enthusiastic about this divided catching clue box. We've used up all this fuel to bring these three new letter people here to make new sounds with Mr. R. And they all make the same sound. The same sound. Well, if that's the way things are, let them all go back to letter people land. Oh, but are you sure, Your Highness? I'm sure, Mugu. After all, I am the Empress of the Great Snickerin' Empire, and I do have a few other things to do, you know.